Alright, criminal police officer, what do you know about the recent escapee known as Messi? What's his name again? Messi Diego. Oh well, I know a lot about him. He's actually a tutorial man. He escaped from prison from a dream, you know. He's a hero. He had a man in Park who was arrested for being a messy man. Crazy, I know. He's a bald man in his 50s, I think. No one quite knows how old he is. No one ever knows. He was locked up for stealing something and leaving crime messy. No one would never know. He was a messy man. He also had a friend in Ella. He was very dumb. He was caught making dumb mistake after dumb mistake. Eventually caught up and he went to the feds jail. But well, we all know. Well, that's enough of that. That's actually my story. This is Dumb Anthony's story. Messi Diego's story of how he escaped prison. First, he had a dream because apparently he really wanted to escape prison. So he just stood there thinking, this is real. I'm going to escape. I'm actually going to leave. I'm going to flee the prison, the confines that held me for years on end. I'm going to escape. So Diego ran through the vents, ecstatic, looking at the vent wall, hoping freedom. At last, maybe, he was able to drop down successfully. Stealth was his mission. He managed to hurry into James's cell, buy some soap from him. And then, him and James had a very unique interaction. James said, buddy, I like your soap. So he was able to craft a circular bar of soap to a deadly weapon. He was able to escape the cell, knock out a guard, steal his uniform, put it on. Let's think about how he was going to escape. The doors were locked, so he ran at them. He ran at them. Tried to beat up all the other officers. Conveniently, there was a hole, and he was trained in shovel equipment. So he was pure natural. And he escaped. That it. Easy. He trained for this. He was known ever since he stole all the stuff from the testers, and that's quite a mess. But he dreamt about other his guards waking him up to the setting. Wait, was that a clown? He didn't know a clown, but the warden told him to wake up. And he knew it was all just a dream, but he could maybe escape. He woke up, same prison. People told him what to do. He didn't listen. He went straight to look at his desk. A plan forming in his head. He needed to escape, but why and how? More importantly, he would flee the scene once he escaped. Maybe start a family, get off the crime streets. But no, he needed to focus on escaping first. Main priorities. The guards were speaking. He wouldn't listen. Thinking of how many Doritos he could steal and make a mess of. So he checked Robbie's pockets as he was knocked out. Maybe he could have something. And he did mints. And he also made sure he was naked, because that's strategy. The guy's mess said that he himself was going to be checked. He walked off to find a job. Luckily, there was a spot in the laundry position which he quit and then accepted again because he was a big brain. Then, after opening many crates, stealing, he found duct tape. He didn't know how to use it. Would be useful, but it would. As I said, he found a metal sheet. He just found contraband galore. So he decided to steal it and place it with a muffin because he's kind of like that. But now Diego had some contraband. What's he gonna do? We didn't know. His plan was forming in his head, and well, He was planning to attack an inmate. Accept a quest. Of course, he was way smarter than that. He wouldn't just attack a random inmate. At all. No. He would give the channel a gift to bribe him onto his side and complete the favor, gain money. If he got enough money, maybe he could rob the cops. So that's what he did. He kept giving John stuff. Accepted a quest from Riot to distract the cops to roll call. That was his plan after all. After all, he attacked a police officer and he would distract them all as he knocked out and they just walked past him. Really easy. He owned prison. So he grabbed a towel, troll, a plastic fork, decided to leave his pitiful limits at the Inferno with his really strong bicep grip. But duty calls, when you see a quest, you gotta accept, so he puts it down. So then he picks him back up, bring him back to the infirmary and all. Since he's just a really nice guy. But of course he had to do his job. But then he saw something. He had a dirty guard's eye. So he said, hey, maybe I could steal a guard's uniform, pretend to be one and just walk out the front door. Genius. He needed a plan, aforementioned. And well, a plan was set up. So that night, pretend to be a guard, sneak past the inmates, and well, escape. That's the whole purpose of his life. But due to sheer incompetence, he didn't get his job. So he just walked back up to the job's office, replied, and got the job back. Now, was a plan with guard's uniform. His plan was to escape. But of course he couldn't put it on right away, so he decided to store it and open up more people's desks, stealing duct tape. But then he realized he could make putty to help him escape, make keys, help. He was very bright. My team followed up because he made a myth of the test, which was unnatural for him, but it's okay. He needed a plan. But what officer had the keys he needed? And what key would he need? So Mr. Diegos looked at Lewis's desk. But Dumb Anthony hadn't contacted him with his plan to escape, so he made talcum powder. Now he just needed something to use it to make the red key. So an officer cheered him on, decided to hide. Follows the other inmates to act natural. The giant weapon in his hand. He acted normal, taking all the plastic knives. Forks. Of course. He had a plan at all this. But what was it? No one quite knew. He looked at the things he couldn't buy and formatted in his brain. His big, ginormous quantum brain. His plan was easy. He avoided the officers, went back, looked at the toothpaste, plan forming his eyes. Quickly, as the officers ran past, everyone ran past him. He had a plan. He needed to steal things. Fast. Formation a plan. After all, he wasn't just gonna get out. He took his trusty trouble to God's uniform putty. He knew he had to have a plan in motion. So, day 2, easy. Now you just need to beat up a guard, take his key, crack the putty in it, boom, he's out. So, what is he? So needing speed up. Go as fast as Gonzalez. Punch the guard, run fast. But who was that man? He was a funny clown. But now, plan. He hid in the bathroom. The funny clown man couldn't find him as he was a ringmaster person. He quickly switched uniforms and hid. Walked out. Dumb Anthony asked him for one favor. He said no. How could I escape? So, he gave goodbye and Stephen Benjamin, and then he foolishly tried to escape. You see, his plan was And then he realized he locked himself out. So now he would actually have to attend lights out. By pretending to be a god, he just doomed himself to pain and suffering. Says why. With someone Lewis and Clark tried to fool him. He was right there trying to escape. He first went to bed, acting natural, and realized he locked himself in like an idiot. But now he wouldn't let that stop him. The gods coming to him, and even though they thought it was bizarre, God locked himself in his own jail. So, he tried to sleep it off. So he tried to walk away, steal everything, all the country, put all his country in his prison, because clearly the gods wouldn't check it. He had a plan. After all, he's a genius. Chesapeake left a mess. They extracted Morning's Roko, his private request, and ran it like his life depended on outrunning most of the gods, punching all the inmates he could, avoiding them, making sure that as big of a mess he could, to show his mark in prison. Show he was the true bestest of them. Eventually the whole prison punched him at once. But he was back to stealing. And after all, it was his forte. The purple key he had to quickly study. Study Iran, as he knocked out a god with the purple key. He had time to put the purple key back, stole his baton, robs his uniform. Of course, he had a plan. There's his plastic fork on the ground. I just looked at him for a couple minutes and realized that Guardian circuit board might be useful, but the guard uniform's more useful. So he took the uniform, the guard woke up and just walked past him. Really? Was he that stupid? He was that idiotic, of course. Now he left with a perfect chance to escape. After running into a wall, he knew he had to formulate a plan, so he got all the stuff he needed. And thought maybe I should play rough, see what I could do to escape. The mess Diego ran, formulating a plan. He could beat up all the gods, find out who has the red key through his research. That was the most important god in the whole prison. So first he made putty. Grabbed toothpaste, took the powder, and went on it. With a bunch of talcum powder. Now he was superior to every god because he wasn't just a god. He was a messy god, known as Messy Diego. So he had a plan now to cross. So he went to beat up Wyatt. But then something happened. He was able to punch Benjamin, throw him around the curb, steal a couple of his inventory. It was all easy. He's a blazer code, which is very highly illegal. He could breaking the law, so time for the crow process. Well, now we can break a police officer's ankles. That's what he did. He beat Officer McNew knew too much. So he had the green key. Decided to make the green key putty. Green key old officer. He had to get back. So I was expecting his still to be taught. So I think he woke up. And the officer took it. He had no remorse. He had the red key, the most useful of the keys. So he decided to make putty with it. He was a genius this time. He let the method work. You could tell the gods were raging at him in the moment. So he really forgot to get the red key back in his hurry. So he ran. He bolted, it seems. But the gods found him. His life was caught. His chance of escape. Officer Merv knocked him out. He was a key evil man, of course. He caught him, he played it too obvious. But he had realized he was ready to go back in time to This is only day 3 and he's already. Day 4, he was able to craft a ready mold, trained like there was no tomorrow, bulked his pure strengths. But of course, many days passed since he last saw him. He tried multiple ways to escape, failed every time, but this time his pure muscle would get him through. This time he would escape. This time, day 8, he trained his muscles and speed. Beat up Officer Tucker, took his weapon baton, and knew he had a plan to escape. Yet, stole his uniform, switched, ran back, saw if he could find a file. He could be great. Busting out of here with no problem. He knew the sniper men fell asleep at night near the front entrance. If he could just walk through it, it would be really easy to escape, and his plan would work. Just needed to wait a night, not lock himself in this time. The idiot did last time. This time there would be no problem. To finding no file, searching for days, what felt like days. He found nothing, not hope. Maybe he knew from the most messy criminal if he left the messiest. He left his mouth in the prison he saw. Except Anthony made too many dumb mistakes. This time he knew he was smart. But now it was time. Free time was almost over, and he could felt it swell drilling his spine. The officer commented, but he waited in his corner, doubtfully, like a tiger. But then he decided to do a little dance. He'd dance in the prison of Sonic could find him. Kill him, maybe. As he knew his sniper had already fallen asleep, it was too risky. Guards, inmates, and anyone could come along, find him and arrest him. Knock him out and eat him. Lock him in the poor slam. But Messy Diego always had a plan. He would obviously hide. Now it was time for roll call. He'd hide in the most stealthiest of spots. No prisoners sought to pass. Prisoners that passed said it was a god demon was his name. They thought he was the most ruthless. Prisoners would enemy like him. But maybe this was it. What would Diego do when he escaped? Maybe start a new life. Or maybe go back to the messy slop his life was before. But here was his attempt to escape. He started hatching through the gates with his plastic knives. He knew it would take a while, maybe hours, but he would be free. As roll call ended, he realized, yes, 40% on the gate. He just got a couple, 25. Come on, Diego, he could do it. Maybe he would escape. And that he did. He just walked through, escaped just like that. He ran as fast as he could. The prison couldn't hold him. That's dumb. Andrew poked his head through the hole. That's the both of them going handcuff sentence to another prison. But this time Messy Diego knew he could bust out and dumb Diego to it too. It only took him 8 days. And he was mild disrespected by the cops, but had a great reputation as a prisoners. He had great efficiency, but they sentenced him to the static vault for his next escape.